Crypto News Alerts fam. I want to express my love for everyone for rocking with me this year of 2022, and a special shout out to Lawrence Abramoff and Matthew, as I appreciate the super chat contributions in today's show. Bitcoin price levels to watch I'll be sharing with you as Bitcoin limps into Christmas under $17,000. That's right, the lack of volatility speaks volumes, as one analyst argues that the king crypto is only worth investing in below $12,000 or above $19,000. And breaking news just in, the judge pulls out of the SBF-FTX case, citing the husband's law firm Advisory Link. That's right, I'll be breaking this down for you. Also in today's show, more breaking news. Public Bitcoin mining companies are plagued with $4 billion of collective debt. That's right, because the Bitcoin community took massive loans during the 2021 bull market, which negatively impacted their bottom lines during a subsequent bear market. Also in today's show, is Bitcoin bottom in? Well, crypto analyst Jason Pizzino says the previous bear markets can hold the queue. Quoting him here, for the day counts, we are getting very close again to what we've seen in the previous cycles. The first cycle here, 2014, we have 411 days. You see that from the top of the bottom, 411 days from the peak to that low. And the next cycle was in 2018, 363 days, basically almost exactly 1 year, and top to bottom, 363 days. Also in today's show, we'll be discussing a Bitcoin price prediction for next year of a whopping 6 figures. That's right. And also Bitcoin primed to explode by over 100%, says crypto analyst Michaël Poppe, and shares his timeline, quoting him here. We're looking at a falling wedge structure for Bitcoin that you clearly want to see breaking out in 2023. And once we do break out of that, we're going to have a rally towards $35,000. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And welcome everyone just tuning into today's live show at Crypto News Alerts. Merry Christmas. I am your host, JV. Today is December 24th, 2022, Christmas Eve to be exact. And this is pod episode number 1142. Let's dive right into today's crypto market watch. As you can see, Bitcoin and most of the major cryptos are back in the green, but barely. We got Bitcoin up 0.3% for the day, trading just above $16,800. We got ETH up 0.28%, trading above $1,200, while Binance Coin, XRP, Doge, and Cardano are all barely in the green as well. And check it out, coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is sitting at $810 billion, with about $19 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at a solid 40%, with the Ether dominance at 18.4%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, you got Osmosis leading the pack of 4.5%, trading just under 76 cents, followed by Decentraland/Mana, trading, or it's up about 5%, trading just under 33 cents, and Terra Classic up almost 2%, trading at 0.0001. Below that, we got Blockstacks, Dash, and Lido DAO. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, you can see finally we got a mixture of green back with the bleeding altcoins, including XDC up about 15%. We got Rune up 7.5%, and Theta up about 4.7%, with the biggest loser being XCN down about 30%, and also Algorand down 12.1%. And checking out one of my favorite indicators, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, shows we're currently rated a 29 in fear, yesterday a 27, last week a 28, and last month a 20 in extreme fear. So there you have it. I want to welcome everyone once again for tuning in to the live stream, and I can't express the support you have shown me, how much I greatly appreciate it. And I got to let you guys know here during the holidays. So once again, Merry Christmas. And now let's dive right into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out what's happening in the charts, which you can see here. Bitcoin entered the Christmas holiday period unchanged at $16,800 as an eerie lack of volatility preserve, which you can see here in the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart. Now data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView confirmed yet another day of an almost imperceptible range for the Bitcoin price action just below 17K. Bitcoin struggled to break out despite multiple potential catalysts coming from the US economic data fingerprints. With the holiday season ahead, a Santa rally appeared unlikely, while a lack of significant events to come further reduced the chances of flash volatility. In a weekend analysis, however, crypto analyst Michaël Poppe, founder and CEO of trading firm 8, nonetheless reiterated the possibility of a step higher to near 17,500 should the current levels hold. Quoting him here, Bitcoin still holding levels here as we flip 16,750 for support. If that holds and no sharp fall to 16.4, I think we'll still be able to see continuation to the upside to $17,400. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. And popular analytics account On-Chain College, meanwhile, released a list of key levels to watch out for in the short term, with most of these to the downside. They include the realized price, the aggregate price at which the Bitcoin supply has last moved, along with the balance price, which expresses the difference between realized price and the current spot price. The two tallies came in at 19,900 and 15,250 respectively on December 23rd, and fellow trader Crypto Poseidon conversely advised potential buyers to steer clear of the current range altogether. Quoting him here, whatever the reason, long-term purchases under 19,000 will waste a lot of time. There are two particular spot buy levels above $19,000 or sub $12,000. And now for on-chain analytics, one of my favorite dudes, Willy Woo, eyeing the current bearish trend could end. We had Willy Woo, creator of on-chain analytics resource Woodbull, had some potential good news for long-term hodlers. Bitcoin's bear market could potentially end before becoming its longest ever, he argued on the day, likening this year's events to those of 2013 as the Chain Analyst shares here. The main question I have is how long this cycle's accumulation zone will be. Judging from all the blowups, it's more akin to 2013 with the Mt. Gox collapse. Remember, 90% plus of Bitcoin was traded there. I suspect it will be longer than 2018, but shorter than 2015, and an accompanying chart showed the cost basis of the long-term hodlers defined as entities hodling coins for 155 days or longer. Where my long-term hodlers at? And short-term hodlers, respectively, which are in comparison here in this chart. Now the premium, which results from long-term hodler cost basis rising higher than the short-term hodler cost basis, has historically chimed with macro Bitcoin price bottoming periods. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding the short-term price action for the King Crypto as we head into 2023? Let me know, bullish or bearish, in the comments right down below. And a little later, I'll be reading the live comments in the live chat as we do the Q&A session, which is one of my favorite segments of the live show. With that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day. This is breaking news as the judge has officially pulled out of the SBF-FTX case. The ongoing legal proceedings around the former FTX CEO scam, Bankman-Fried, took a new turn as District Judge Ronnie Abrams withdrew their participation from the case. The U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York recused itself from FTX case after revealing that a law firm, which employs Abrams' husband as a partner, had advised the crypto exchange in 2021. You can't make this stuff up, folks. In a December 23rd filing, we had Judge Abrams revealing that her husband, Greg Andreas, is a partner at Davis Polk and Wardwell, a law firm where he has been employed since June of 2019. And additionally, it was highlighted that the law firm had advised FTX in 2021. Now, Abrams also stated that the law firm represents parties that may be adverse to FTX and SBF and other legal proceedings. My husband has no involvement in any of these representations, she clarified, while stating that the matters are unknown to the district court owing to confidentiality. Quoting her here, nonetheless, to avoid any possible conflict or the appearance of one, the court hereby recuses itself from this action. Now, Judge Abrams' withdrawal from the FTX case eradicates any conflict of interest in the FTX case, considering the fact that Andreas continues to serve as a partner at Davis Polk and Wardwell law firm. And so, yeah, Andreas previously worked as an assistant United States attorney for the Eastern District of New York, where he specifically oversaw criminal fraud, prosecutions, and foreign bribery investigations. December 22nd, SBF was released on an alleged $250 million bail bond based on a written promise to appear for further court appearances and note not to engage in illegal activity. However, the bail obviously raised eyebrows, considering that SBF previously claimed to possess less than $100,000 to his name amid the bankruptcy filing. Remember that? As Benjamin Cohen points out, funny how SBF is able to post the $250 million bail not long after saying he only had $100,000 left to his name. So he probably is using stolen customer deposits to stay out of jail. the unfortunate truth. And the personal recognizance bail allowed Bankman-Fried to walk out of prison without making any actual payment. The bail was approved against the collateral property owned by his parents, a relative, and a family friend. So there you have it. Do you think Bankman-Fried is likely to face any serious jail time as a consequence to his crimes? Do you think he'll just likely get a slap on the wrist? Or what do you feel is likely to come out of this? And what are your thoughts surrounding him being able to post bail? This is considered the largest bail in history at $250 million, but keep in mind you only pay 10%. So what is that? Roughly $25 million? However, his parents' home is only worth $4 million. So to put up a home only worth $4 million as collateral and to get off on bail, it just means he's getting special favors, and it makes absolutely no sense. It would make me outraged if I was a victim, one of the customers who were scammed the money, considering Bankman-Fried is getting away with murder, metaphorically right now. So this is absolutely insanity. If you're to ask me, I'll be keeping you posted with the latest updates as they come out. And with that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss some Bitcoin miners and some massive debt, to say the least here. The recent bankruptcy filing of Bitcoin miner Core Scientific, despite a $72 million relief offer from creditors, raised major questions about the overall health of the Bitcoin mining community amid a prolonged bear market. It turns out the public Bitcoin miners owe more than $4 billion, in liabilities and require an immediate restructuring to get out of the unsustainably high debt levels. The Bitcoin mining community took up massive loans during the 2021 bull market. That's back when we hit all-time highs, which negatively impacted their bottom lines during a subsequent bear market, where Bitcoin mining data analytics by hash rate index shows just the top 10 Bitcoin mining debtors cumulatively owe over $2.6 million, and that includes Core Scientific, Marathon, Greenridge, TeraWulf, Northern Data, Argo, Byte Nile, Stronghold, Iris Energy, and Bitfarms. Now, Core Scientific, the biggest debtor of them all, with $1.3 billion in liabilities on his balance sheet as of September 30th, recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in Texas due to falling revenue and falling Bitcoin prices. Now, Marathon, the second biggest debtor, had $851 million in primary convertible note liabilities, and as a result, Marathon prevents bankruptcy by allowing debt holders to convert the convertible notes to stocks. And most Bitcoin miners, including the third biggest debtor, Greenidge, are undergoing a restructuring process to reduce the debt. And as an industry, the debt-to-equity ratio of public Bitcoin mining companies reveals an extremely high risk. As pointed out by the hash rate index, a debt-to-equity ratio of 2 or higher is considered risky in most industries. The graph here on your screen shows the extremely high debt-to-equity ratios currently being sported by some of the prominent Bitcoin miners. Now, considering that more than half of the 25 public Bitcoin miners boast extremely high debt-to-equity ratios, the mining sector may come across potentially restructuring and bankruptcy filings unless the bulls make a comeback. Where the bull's at. While some companies may shut down or slow down operations to reduce their liabilities, it will help sustain miners expand their footprint as they buy out the competition's equipment and facilities. December 20th, Greenidge signed a $74 million debt restructuring agreement with the NYDIG, which is a fintech firm dedicated to the King crypto. And as reported, the NYDIG agreement would see the purchase of miners with approximately 2.8 exahashes per second of mining capacity, and in exchange, the mining company would see a debt reduction of $57 million to $68 million. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding these Bitcoin miners and massive debt, which is very unfortunate to see? And how do you feel this is likely to pan out? Let me know in the comments right down below, which leads us to our next story of the day. Now let's start discussing the Bitcoin market. Is the bottom currently in? Well, let's take a look at some of the charts and what some of the top analysts have to say. Popular crypto trader Jason Pizzino says that the King crypto Bitcoin, his previous boom and bust cycles, may hold the clues for when taking King crypto Bitcoin can finally establish the bear market bottom. In a new update, he tells his almost 300,000 YouTube subs that Bitcoin's current bear market aligns with its 2 previous downtrends in terms of time. Quoting him here, for the day counts, we're getting very close again to what we have seen in the previous cycles. The first cycle is here, 2014. We have 411 days. You see that from the top to the bottom, 411 days from the peak to that low. The next cycle was 2018 with 363 days, basically almost exactly 1 year, top to bottom, 363 days. That's right, because what is a year? 365 days, so that's 8 days more than a calendar year. And he continues, and at the moment, with the current low being middle of November, 376 days as the peak was around early November, so this could still lead out into January, maybe for another bottom as well, and that would still be well within the timing of all the previous cycles, which means that lines up very, very well with the previous cycles. And of course, the halving event coming up in 2024, which is outlined in the chart. And Pizzino also says that traders should be on the lookout for a sharp Bitcoin rally, even amid the negative market sentiment. According to the trader, huge upswings have marked the end of the 2014 and 2018 bear markets. As he points out here, for the last 2 bear market cycles for the King Crypto, the swings have called the end of the bear market. Once these swings have broken to the upside, that's the end of the bear market. However, the news is still going to be very, very negative, so don't let that put you off. So there you have it. Let me know if you feel that the King Crypto's bottom is likely in, or do you feel in January or potentially the first quarter or second quarter of next year we could potentially even hit a further bottom below 15,500, which is the current bottom. Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below, which leads us to a very bullish price prediction coming from Credible Crypto, an analyst who has been very bullish on Bitcoin for 2023, as most analysts are extremely bearish. In fact, he is calling for a $100,000 Bitcoin price. So let's break this down, shall we? Conversely, analysts believe Bitcoin price can see an upside move near Christmas, but a Santa Claus rally for a move above 18,000 is very difficult at this time. However, several experts and analysts do believe in a massive bullish rally in 2023, with the Bitcoin price hitting 6 figures for the first time. Send it. Let's frickin' go. Yeah, let's do it. Crypto analyst Credible Crypto, in a tweet on December 22nd, predicts that Bitcoin price can move above 17,000 before the end of 2022. And he asserts that Bitcoin is holding 16.3 to 16.5 range, and the Bitcoin dominance has begun moving up, which is the fact, with the Bitcoin dominance currently at 40%. Right on the mark. Now, Credible Crypto earlier shared 2 scenarios for Bitcoin price as it tags 16.5 support level. He remains bullish on Bitcoin rising over 19,000 in the short term. The Bitcoin price will move above 17,000, and then a rejection or bullish continuation can be seen. However, Bitcoin needs to hold that level to expect an upside move. And moreover, he fully agrees with the BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes that the Bitcoin price can realistically hit $100,000 by 2023 or by the end of 2024. In fact, he even said that Bitcoin can even hit $150,000. Now, why Bitcoin price can hit $100,000 in 2023? Let's discuss it. Experts believe that 2023 will be a better year for the stock market as well as the crypto market, as the Federal Reserve shifts to buying treasuries. Felix Zulauf, the hedge fund Zulauf Consulting, and Arthur Hayes say massive bullish rallies in mid-2023 are possible in April to May, which will bring a turnaround of events which could reverse the cycle, and technology stocks will rebound first. We saw massive sell-offs in the bear market. The liquidity will be added to the economy as it goes bad, says Zulauf. Hayes asserts Bitcoin will hit 100,000 in late 2023. However, it all depends upon the Fed's pivot. So there you have it. Also like to throw another bullish prediction from billionaire venture capitalist himself, Tim Draper, who has been predicting a $250,000 Bitcoin price for a very long time. He even tripled down on his prediction that he is still bullish that Bitcoin will likely hit $250,000 in 2023, despite the fallout of the FTX debacle and contagion this year from the bear market. But let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And with that being shared, now let's dive into our final story of the day and discuss a very realistic $35,000 Bitcoin price prediction for the King Crypto, according to crypto analyst Michaël Van de Poppe. That's right. In a new strategy session, Van de Poppe tells his 164,000 YouTube subs that Bitcoin is currently exhibiting a bullish chart pattern which could break out to the upside in 2023. According to the analyst, Bitcoin can surge by almost 108% from the current levels should it take out this diagonal resistance of the falling wedge pattern. Quoting him here, we're looking at a falling wedge structure for Bitcoin that you can clearly want to see breaking out in 2023. And once we do break out of that, we are going to have to rally towards $35,000, which he outlines here in this chart. Now, in the short term, Van de Poppe says that if Bitcoin drops below 16.6 support level, that the flagship crypto asset can fall slightly below the current bear market low, which Bitcoin hit back in November, as he shares here, you can conclude that we are taking out this low, looking at a retest of 15,700. And I think we are going to get to that stage where we are going to have such a correction taking place. We're looking at the sweep of this at 15,700. Now, if we are losing 16,600, I think the odds of sweeping the low of 15,500 is going to be significant. And when we do see that drop beneath 15.5, I think that's going to be a serious sweep, looking for liquidity and also buyers stepping into the markets. So there you have it. And to watch this video, he did entitled Bitcoin Price Finally Moving with macro data. Check the show notes below the video in the description. And what are your thoughts surrounding Bitcoin price breaking out a whopping 108% from the current price and touching $35,000 in 2023? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. With that being shared, now let's dive into my favorite segment of the live show, which is the live Q&A. And again, I want to welcome everyone tuning in and showing support here on the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Matthew C says, I think without regulation, we are still at 30 to 40,000 on the day the halving takes place in 2024. The halving will start another massive bull run, but regulation can move the timeline up. In my opinion, I like your thinking. I personally feel that we're likely to return to that all-time high in 2024. I don't feel we'll break out to a new all-time high in 2023. However, I'd love to be wrong, and I'd love for a credible crypto in this case to be right. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like. I greatly appreciate it. And once again, Matthew, I appreciate the $21 super chat contribution. You are the man. Massive shout out to Lawrence Abramoff as well. Merry Christmas to you as well. Niles Anders, welcome. UFO Nut, Merry Christmas. Pokemon, Merry Christmas. Selling with Twins, Merry Christmas. Piero, Merry Christmas. He says you're a Bitcoin G. I appreciate that, and I take that, and I rock that with respect. Lazarus, Merry Christmas. He says SPF singing Fat Boy's rap song. Love it. Smash that like button. JV deserves it. He is committed to the max. I greatly appreciate that. Selling with Twins. I will be here Christmas morning as well to deliver the news. We got Mike's Locks Life. He says, Will Smith, that like button. I appreciate that. I appreciate that support. Don Drake, good morning, fam, and Merry Christmas. Bad Brazilian, Merry Christmas to you as well. And good morning. I appreciate you participating and tuning in live. We got Paul P. Welcome. Good to see you in the building. Getting over a nasty flu, Matthew C. Hoping you get better soon, my fam. Yeah, it's been a wild roller coaster year, to say the least, for 2022, considering, we hit the all-time high last year. It was pretty awesome, to say the least. Bitcoin hit and broke out to $69,000. Many of us were not anticipating major exchanges to go under this year, to say the least. We had Three Arrow Capital debacle, we had the Celsius debacle, we have the Terra Luna collapse, then FTX, the second largest exchange in the world, goes under. SBF basically scams customers and investors of over $8 billion. The SEC was working extremely closely with bankman-fried and FTX, and it's been a nightmare. We hit a low this year of $15,500. Many are anticipating a lower low heading into 2023 as the bearish winter continues. But let me know overall, do you think that 2023 for the new year is more likely to be bullish or bearish as compared to what we've experienced thus far in 2022? And I hope you're going to stay bullish, but you never freaking know. More bad things can happen, more black swans. Potentially, what if something happened to a major stablecoin, such as a USDC, as Max Kaiser has been predicting? Other analysts are predicting that something could potentially happen to USDT, which are the two largest stablecoins in the world. You also have regulators basically eyeing all the centralized exchanges right now. You have mass contagion happening. You have mass liquidity exiting all the centralized exchanges as the investor confidence has been absolutely destroyed this year, in which I think could be a good thing for the long haul. As more people learn about the awareness of self-custody and the importance of it, less people will be keeping their life savings of crypto on the centralized exchanges, which, if you read their policy and terms and conditions, they just straight up lie. FTX wasn't supposed to have taken your funds and moved it to Alameda to do long leverage, very high risk trading with your funds. They've obviously lost it. They violated their terms and conditions. So what do the terms and conditions really mean at the end of the day? We obviously need legitimate regulation, but it's very unfortunate that the SEC and regulators are extremely corrupt, as we can clearly see with the case with FTX. So at the end of the day, who do you trust? Nobody. Trust nobody. Verify everything. You know what I mean? That's why Bitcoin is so profound, because it's decentralized. You don't have to depend upon a single point of failure. Whereas if we look at the second largest crypto by market cap, the leading smart contract platform, unfortunately, there are single points of failure. They're also doing business now with the World Economic Forum. They have now moved from proof of work to a proof of stake. You already have people like Gary Gensler of the SEC claiming that it is now going to be considered an unregistered security. So things are looking kind of grim for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, which are centralized with a single point of failure, and with organizations like the Ethereum Foundation and things of that nature. There's an ongoing lawsuit, obviously, between Ripple Labs and the SEC, which is going to set precedent moving forward on regulation. This lawsuit has been ongoing since December of 2020, so literally for 2 years now, which has greatly suppressed the XRP price action. You got Charles Hoskinson, the Cardano founder. He is pretty worried that the SEC is going to likely go after Cardano after they go after XRP. It seems O'Leary is doing shady business with the regulators. They're trying to plot as if it was CZ's fault that all this happened with FTX and that they went under. I mean, the entire industry is a mess right now. The only savior is Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. I'm going to read some of these comments out loud. Matthew says, those seem like good gambles. Chase, I would treat it as gambling, though. Only money you can afford to lose. They do have adoption and good technology. Could be a smart play. Okay. We also have Bad Brazilian says, not your keys, not your cheese. Absolutely. Thanks for the reminder. It's facts. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, Chase is asking about Avalanche and Solana. My personal opinion on Solana, the largest holder was Bankman-Fried, unfortunately. He's the reason it pumped so much, along with FTX. So I feel a lot of that pumpage was artificial, hence why the price got insane. I don't know the height. It was maybe $300-$400, something ridiculous right now. And right now it's just a fraction of that. I have no faith in that personally, just because he was so heavily vested in it. I think anything that SBF touched, I want no part of, obviously including his defunct crypto native token, FTT, which more recently is now under $1, and it should probably be zero. I'm kind of in shock that it has any value whatsoever. But hey, that's just my 2 Satoshis. Unschool Yourself says SBF arrested 12/12/2022. That's right. I'll be A-okay because of my largest bag and always will be Bitcoin. That's what's up, Coinfather. Much respect. And shout out to all my long-term Bitcoin hodlers and Bitcoin OGs. Bitcoin likely to move up soon, says Dermot. I am with you 100%. And Unschool says his girlfriend cuts a deal 12/21/2022. Yeah, would it take 9 days? Such loyalty, such commitment. I think it's hilarious. They all rat on each other. Central banking will resist Bitcoin at every turn, but countries they adopt it help move it forward 100%. So massive shout out to Nayib Bukele and the beautiful people of El Salvador. Pokemon says at special time of the year, remember someone less fortunate than ourselves. Yes, absolutely, 100%. God bless and Merry Christmas. Learn my lesson after Celsius, says Lazarus. Yeah, very unfortunate sometimes to learn the hard way, but hey, it is what it is. Mark Minister says Bitcoin. I don't know if you meant 350,000, but he wrote 35 bucks. I think he means 35,000. Yeah, Bitcoin can realistically jump to 35,000 just like that, as Van de Pop points out. I am in full agreement. Merry Christmas, folks. Merry Christmas to y'all as well. Numerology, both dates, 336. Very interesting. I'm glad you pointed that out. I appreciate that. But being it is Christmas Eve, let's get this show on the road and wrap up with our big finish, which is a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. We discussed the Bitcoin price levels to watch as Bitcoin limps into Christmas, just under $17,000. We also discussed breaking news today of the judge pulling out of the SBF-FTX case, citing the husband's law firm advisory link. Also, we discussed public Bitcoin mining companies are plagued with over $4 billion of collective debt and how this this is likely to impact the crypto mining industry. We also discussed Jason Pizzino calling that the Bitcoin bottom can be in, and I shared the previous bear market bottoms holding a clue to that. We also discussed a potential $100,000 Bitcoin price prediction for 2023, as well as crypto analyst Michaël Poppe saying that 35,000 is likely for a rally for the King crypto in the near future. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below, and I look forward to seeing you